Hello everyone. If you have already watched my earlier video, then in that video I showed you how you can print any statement using the print function in Python programming language. But if you can remember correctly, then in that video we have talked about an issue. Although I'm not sure if I have already talked about that issue in that video or not, but there was or there is some issue. Actually, it's not an issue, but it might be considered as an issue to some of us. And the fact or issue, whatever you may call it, is the new line. Yeah, you heard me right. In Python programming language, it will always provide you a new line after printing any full or complete statement. Okay, like if I simply print a simple statement or not statement, suppose I want to print an integer value. Okay, suppose I want to print 50. Okay, and then I want to print suppose 96. Now you can see that I haven't declared any new line indicator or something like that, such as for C programming language we can use /n, which indicates that we want a new line after this. Okay, but we haven't declared anything like that here. If we run or execute this code, then what we get that the output is 50, and after printing 50 it provides us a new line, and there it printed the second line, or in this case we can consider it as the second statement. Okay, it is also applicable to any kind of print statement in Python programming language, not just because we have used some integer value or float value or anything like that. No, nothing like that. To show you the thing I am talking about right now, I can simply print a simple statement. Okay, like this is a statement. After printing this, I want to print another statement, which is it is another statement. Okay, now you can see that we haven't used any new line character or something like that here as well. But if I simply run the code again, then what would happen? You see, they have generated a new line after printing the first statement automatically. Python does this automatically. There's no control for it. If you don't declare anything like that, you don't want the new line character after printing a statement or something like that. Okay, so we can modify that. How we can do that? There's many ways you can do that, but as for us, we consider a simple alteration in the print statement, and that is we add a new argument which is end in the print statement. Okay, suppose I want to print my name here like this. My full name is Muhammad Amin. That's it. So if I simply run the code, then I'm getting my full name here. Okay, but suppose I don't want this. I want to add my name step by step like this. I want to print Muhammad dot, and then I want to print Fahim, and then I want to print Bin, and then I want to print Amin. Now tell me what will happen if we want to do that like this. Suppose in the first statement I am printing this, and in the second statement I am printing the second part of my name, and then the third part, and then I want to print my last part of my full name. Okay, now if I simply run the code, then I'm getting the output like this: Muhammad, a new line; Fahim, a new line; Bin, a new line; Amin. Exactly the way it's supposed to print it. Okay, because as we have already told you earlier, that by default Python executes the print statement as a new line after every statement. Okay, so if we consider this as a normal statement, we see that we haven't used any kind of new line character or something like that, but Python will automatically generate a new statement after printing every single statement. Okay, so that's why after printing Muhammad dot, it generated a new line character by itself, it's on by default. We don't have any control over it yet now. And the same thing happened here, here, and here as well. Okay. Now, if we want to modify it so that it won't generate the new line character after printing each statement all by itself, we have to include a simple argument here, and that is the end argument. What we can do, we can simply add this a comma, and then we have to add the argument end, a equal sign, and then a empty quotation. Okay, we can do the same thing for all of this. I mean, for the rest of the print statements, and it should work just fine. See, we are getting the exact output we want. Now you can see a difference here, as it didn't print any space between the individual statement. Why is that? Because we haven't declared any space inside the string. Okay, we have to do that manually, but there's some trick that you can do that without including the space inside the quotation also. We will talk about that later in another video. So suppose I want to add a single space after this, and after this, after this. Okay, that should do the trick. Okay, now if I simply execute the code, then I'm getting the exact output I wanted. You see, I'm getting Muhammad, and after that a single space, I'm getting that here as well. After printing Fahim, I'm getting a single space. After printing Bean, I am getting a single space, and then I'm printing Amin here. Okay, and thus the code executes. So if we want to omit the automatically generated new line character after printing every statement, we have to include the argument end in that print statement. Okay, like for me, I don't want a new line character after printing MD or after printing this print statement, so I will include this argument in this print statement. Okay, and keep in mind that it would be a blank quotation. Okay, that means we can't use any space here, because if we use a space here like I am giving it here, and now if I execute the code, you see I'm getting a space. Okay, now here, as I have told you earlier just in this video, that there's many tricks that we don't have to use the space inside the double quotation every time, because we can handle it other way too. We can do it like this. Okay, let me clear the console. Sorry. Okay, suppose I'm omitting all the extra spaces I have included in the double quotations in the print statements like this. Okay, suppose I want a single space after printing this statement, so I will provide single space after printing this statement. At the end, you will provide this blank space. Okay, and then I'm printing this, and after printing this print statement, I want another single space, so I'm providing another space in this argument. Okay, and the same goes for this statement as well, because after printing this string, I want another a single space. Okay, so I'm providing another space at the end, but here I don't want any kind of space, so I'm not giving any space here. Now if I simply execute the code, then I'm getting the output I want. Okay, so thank you everyone. If you like this video, then consider liking this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on GitHub, GitLab, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll provide all the links down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you everyone.